Honorable Men Discord. GloRilla is single and not ashamed of it. She has some choice words to say about some men, and we're gonna get into it. Stay tuned. Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. So GloRilla is single. And just to be upfront, this video is not about bashing GloRilla. I don't want anyone to feel like I take joy in these topics regarding African Americans, because I don't. If anything, when I bring these things up, it's because I want us to do better, because I know we could do better. I know we know better. We're just choosing to perpetuate a certain way of thinking, behavior, which I know we're above. Gotta get that parking spot. Hang on a minute. So, GloRilla, if you've never heard of her, she's a female rap artist. And her actual name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. And if I got that wrong, I'm gonna pause this video, double check it, and return with my correction. But her name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. And I must say, this recent video that I saw was far from holy. And I'm speaking about the way she's talking. Now understand this is just a video on my thoughts on the way GloRilla chose to speak. And this is not an attack on her as a person, excuse me. It's not an attack on GloRilla as a person. This is just a discussion on the way she chooses to speak. And hear me out. Women, if there are any females watching this video, the way you conduct yourself, the way you speak, the way you present yourself goes a long way in the dating field. This is not an opinion, this is a fact. Again, much like my series on Angel Reese, we all have choices that we make on a daily basis. Now, as long as we make those choices knowing that there's a reaction for each action, then fine. We're all adults. This particular video, this episode, is not about judging the choices. This is about highlighting what do those choices end up resulting in. What's the end result of those choices? So, as I mentioned, I came across this video recently. I do not know how old it is, but this is of GloRilla speaking on men. If you haven't seen this video, check it out.
I don't do it a lot though, and I'm super single right now, and I'm focused though. Like, I'm happily single. You know what I'm saying?
They coming for you though.
Yeah, I know.
They coming for you.
They throw you off focus, like relationships, period. Like, if you're a male or female, they throw you off. Like, and I'm in a super focused mode right now, so I really don't care too much about it.
All right, so that particular video, GloRilla was positive because she's basically letting you know how focused she is. And there's nothing wrong with that particular video. Nothing wrong with it. Because I understand in the music industry, and to be at a certain level, you have to be focused. And yes, for people in the industry, for people who are trying to achieve something, whether you're established or you're trying to establish something for yourself, it takes a great deal of focus. And yes, being in a relationship sometimes can hold you back, for lack of a better way of expressing that, slow you down, distract you. So there was nothing wrong with what she said in that video. All right. And by the way, GloRilla is a part of CMG, which is Collective Music Group. That's Yo Gotti's label. She's from Memphis, Tennessee. So that's the likes of Yo Gotti. She's with also Moneybagg Yo and Black Youngster, I believe. If I got his name wrong, correct me in the chat, in the comments. Black Youngster. I believe it's Black Youngster. So Memphis, Tennessee is also the home of the late Young Dolph. And also you have groups like 8 Ball and MJG. Forgive me. I don't know why it was so hard for that to come out. That's my group right there. 8 Ball and MJG. That's Memphis, Tennessee. And then you got Key Glock. First of all, rest in peace to Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Big Jook and all those involved in the clash of the labels. And because of the, trying to have dominance over Memphis. Rap is a competitive thing, but that's the clash between Young Dolph's camp and CMG. It's all over the TV. It's public information. I'm not going to go into that because this is about GloRilla and the fact that she's single. But I just wanted to send my RIPs to both those and whoever I didn't mention that lost their lives in Memphis due to the competitive feud between both groups. But she comes from that. And the reason why I had to mention that is because the next video I'm about to show about GloRilla, from GloRilla I should say, it would give you an understanding on why she expresses herself the way she does. So this is the other video that I recently came across from GloRilla. Check it out.
I ain't got no nigga because I'm such a real nigga myself. And you niggas be like bitch ass niggas, like real deal bitches, like bitch. That's what you is, a bitch. And I would call a nigga a bitch so fast, like that's why like I ain't got no nigga because I curse niggas out like bitch. Little ass bitch ass nigga, like little ass bitch. Ho. Fuck y'all on some real shit, like bitch niggas make me got a character. Fuck y'all.
Okay, so about that video, and let me start by saying good things about GloRilla because I'm not here to bash her, all right? And I'm not just saying this to say it. GloRilla is a pretty young lady, all right? GloRilla, I believe, is 25 years old as of the recording of this video. And she recently, I want to say, last year had the successful single that everyone was chanting, and they were using it on TikTok videos. There was a lot of humorous videos that came out using her song. I do not know the title of the song, forgive me, but I know many of you know what the song is, all right? Something about it's 5 o'clock, she don't got nobody, and nobody can claim her. I'm paraphrasing. But here's the thing. Let's get straight to it. The woman that spoke in the first clip, which we're talking about GloRilla, and the woman that spoke in the second clip, completely different energy. Now, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. The second video, most likely, she literally went through something. And so when speaking on it, her emotions got the best of her, right? Because that doesn't sound like someone who is honestly through with the dating scene. That sounds like someone who's unhappy with the people that she's been dealing with. But here's the thing, okay? And this is for if females are watching this. You know, this is primarily towards the men. But if a female is watching this video, I need you to understand this. When you speak about men in that fashion, not even just about men, but towards men in that fashion, these are your options, all right? One, you're not dealing with a street guy, all right? Because a street guy is not taking that from you. And I think women do understand that. And unfortunately, you speak to a street guy like that, and it usually ends up in assault. Now, some women accept that. Some people know that when they say things like that to a street guy, that's the end result, and they choose to continue to participate in a relationship like that. So that's the first choice. If you speak to a street guy the way she spoke in that second video, it usually ends in some type of domestic abuse or assault. And this is not me wishing this on women. This is a reality. Her second choice, if she chooses a guy who has low self-esteem and is just thrilled to be with her because of her status, because of her money, because of her attractiveness, that's her second choice. But what ends up happening is she walks all over that person and she's disgusted by that person because that person doesn't have the balls to speak up for themselves, right? Those are the only two choices. A street guy, or the type of guy who has low self-esteem that's willing to put up with that. Those are the only two choices, and I'm going to tell you why. A successful man, from the moment you speak like that to a successful man, he's done with you. Finished. All right? And if he keeps you around, he's keeping you around because you're one of many. All right? You all tuned into this for real talk. And since I'm on my lunch break, I got to get straight to it. It's real talk. All right? And now I'm speaking to GloRilla, not just the audience. GloRilla. If you're going to be speaking to men in that fashion, those are your only two choices. If you're going to be speaking to men in that fashion, those are your two choices. Dealing with a street guy or dealing with someone who you can walk all over. Because anyone who's established and has something going for them and is confident about themselves, the moment you speak to them like that, they're gone. And here's the thing I need women to be honest with. There is no way a guy is going to outwardly post that type of energy towards women and women are going to cheer that sentiment on. It's not going to happen. And let me say this. My video regarding the women of Afghanistan, Speechless, right? I'm going to make sure I attach Speechless to the end of this video. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The question that I posed in Speechless was, is the Taliban outlandish? I use the word crazy, for lack of a better word. Is what the Taliban is imposing on women outlandish? Or is the things that are allowed in the Western civilization more outlandish? Which is more outlandish? In the Speechless episode, speaking on the women from Afghanistan and the new laws of the Taliban, I posed that the Taliban in their extreme ways is on one end of the spectrum, and the Western civilization is on the other end of the spectrum. And the thing that I said was, the question is, the $1 million question is, who's more extreme? Because as an outsider looking in from the Western civilization, I might say the Taliban and the way they're handling women over there is extreme. But then the Taliban may be looking at the way the the Western world and Western civilization operates and saying they're extreme. They're extreme with their freedoms. And let me elaborate. The way GloRilla is speaking in the second video about men is beyond outlandish. It's beyond outlandish. I couldn't imagine a female talking to me that way. First of all, we wouldn't even be in a relationship with you talking to me like that. That wouldn't get past the first date. If you spoke to me, and I'm saying, you know, if the female speaks to me like that on the first date, finished. Finished. No explanation, no need for a call to explain. Nothing. Finished. So I need women to understand that if that is how you think, if that is something that you think is acceptable towards men, you could pretty much forget about a relationship. And here's the thing that I need women to understand. And this goes to my episode on Angel Reese. Now we're off of the speechless episode, my Angel Reese episode. You have to be intentional. This is towards the women. You have to be intentional in all that you do. So do men, but we're here to speak about GloRilla and her choice in the way she chooses to speak to some men. Or all men, because that second video, it seems like she was saying men in general. But again, I think it came from a place of she must have been going through something, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. But we're still going to discuss it in any event because she chose to put that out there in the public. Right? My question to women is, and not even a question, my suggestion to women is, you have to be intentional in all you do. And here's the thing about life. This is what men know. Boys that turn into men, this is what we're taught throughout life. No one is going to give you anything. You got to work for it. And the other reality that men have to learn as we continue to grow in this world is there's no guarantee. So in other words, we're taught to work hard, do our very best, and we have to also accept the fact that there's no guarantee. The outcome is not guaranteed. All right? And so the same thing applies with women. You have to put forth your best in all you do, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you conduct yourself. And this I'm also talking about the Angel Reese episode, right? All those things matter if you're looking for your best shot at the best outcome. Now, if you don't care about the outcome, because see what happens in the Western civilization with women, some women, I have to make that clear, some women, not all women, what happens in the Western civilization with some women is the ability to earn excessive amount of money fogs their judgment, and they start to think that they somehow have some type of power. And I spoke about this in the speechless video also. You know, if you haven't watched the speechless video, please watch it and hit me up in the comments on your thoughts on it. All right. That ability to earn somehow makes you feel like, at times, for some women, it makes you feel like you're in control. Here's the thing, you're not in control. Okay? How so? Because you can have a ton of money as a female, and if your desire is to have a family and get married, it's the man who has to drop to a knee and propose to you. And I'm not talking about the small percentage of women that are dropping to their knee and proposing to the guy, which, once again, that's the Western civilization being outlandish. All right. The Western civilization will allow just about anything under the sun. All right. But I'm not trying to digress from talking about GloRilla. All right. Women, you have to put forth your best to give you a better chance at the outcome you're looking for. Now, the question I have for GloRilla is, what is it that she desires? Only she knows. It's easy to go on TikTok or whatever platform she went on to do that video, Instagram, whatever, and just blur out your feelings towards men. But what is it that you really desire in the future? We know the first video, she said she's focused. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. Men and women alike, when we desire to achieve something, we're to be extremely focused in that endeavor. There's nothing wrong with the first video. The second video, the question I have for GloRilla is, what exactly are you looking for? If you're not looking for anything serious, then by all means, keep making songs like that record I spoke about, and keep making posts like that, because then that's fine. You're grown, you're 25, you got a lot of money, the world is yours. But if you know deep down in your heart, you really desire a good relationship, kids, I don't know if she has kids. If she has kids, more kids, whatever she desires. If you want an ideal relationship, it starts with you. This is the point that I'm trying to make. This is the point I was trying to make, actually, with the Angel Reese episode, which I hope I was able to make that point. And if I didn't, I'm trying to make that clear now. You have to be intentional. Men and women alike, we have to be intentional. You can't want the best if you're putting out trash. And by trash, when I'm speaking on GloRilla, I'm talking about her language. Now, I brought up the fact that she signed to CMG because CMG, the kind of music they put out, and she's the female on that label. She's like the first lady on that label, if I'm not mistaken. I could understand why she talks like that. It's not acceptable, but I could understand why. And it could be because of her background. Maybe she came from a rough background. I don't know her background that well, but I'm trying to work with her here. Okay? I'm trying to work with her here. She's not giving me much to work with, but I'm trying to work with her. You know, being the first lady on a label that puts out a certain type of street music, it kind of comes with the territory. But again, the music aside, we're talking about her personal life. If she wants something serious, she's going to have to do better. You could disagree with me all you want, but if you think, and this goes for all women, if you think you're going to be talking to men that way and get good results, you can forget about it. And in the words of Kevin Samuels, you're going to die alone with a dog or a cat. And I'm not even saying that to be funny. I know when he said it, it was for clickbait. I'm sure he said it for clickbait and to get the views and stuff like that, which he got a load of it, a load of views. But I'm being serious here. I mean, there really isn't much to talk about, even though I found a way to stretch this video out. Women, if you're going to talk to men that way, you could just forget about it. Okay? I understand you have your moments where you're extremely emotional, but that's not going to work. Put your best effort out there. Men and women alike, put your best effort out there if you want to even have a chance at having decent results. But again, in this life, there's no guarantee. The only thing that's guaranteed is that we're going to grow old every day and we're going to one day die. That's guaranteed. And of course, like they say, pay bills and taxes, blah, blah, blah. But that's just the reality of it. Women, black women, I know you are completely capable of doing better. I know this. I know you're extremely intelligent, extremely strong, extremely giving, kind, beautiful, creative, talented. So many words to define black women. You can do better. And I don't know if the industry is doing to some black women what is done to black men. Just put a flashlight on the negative energy and just throw you out there, and because you could make money off of it, you feel like that's the angle that you need to be successful. I'm here to tell you that's not the angle. And even if that is the angle and you're seeing success from it, remix that. Why remix that? Because one day you're going to be much older than you are now, GloRilla. You're not going to be 25. And you're going to look back at videos like this and wish you were able to take them down before people copied and pasted on their platforms. This also goes back to the Angel Reese episode. The stuff you put out there is forever out there. You can get lawyered up. You can delete it. It's out there. Folks, just think about the energy you put out there. 2025, I said it at the beginning of the year in my New Year video. We're aiming to do better. No excuses. No excuses. Excuse me. My lunch break is over. No more excuses, people. GloRilla, I wish you the best. Continued success, continued health. Women that may be watching this video, I wish you all the best. Gentlemen, as always, this is our year. All right? Buckle down and let's get it done. Positivity, positive energy always. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of you.